you can now trade like a pro and get up to $1,000 worth of NVIDIA stock plus an extra $100 in cash rewards when you sign up for Moomoo. The link is in the top of the description, and I highly encourage you to go over there and sign up and deposit some money so you could get busy with us. I gotta say, talk to a licensed financial advisor before you invest into the stock market. You know how it goes. But with all of that being said, congratulations to everybody who's been knocking it out of the park. There are some plays that we got in that took off like crazy. There are other plays that we got in that came down, but you trusted the process, and now you see them turning all the way back around to even being at break even or back in profit again. So we are knocking it out of the park. And I'm telling you this, the most consistent around when it comes to making money and the risk management. I want to put some stocks on your radar. These are some bangers, but one of them is going to look big, and I got you with some smaller ones too. But remember, the whole point of this is not to think that a stock is too big for you. Sometimes you count yourself out, but you should count yourself in so you can see that we can make money on a stock, even if it's a $900 stock like ASML. I just sent out the buy alert just recently. This one is currently $951. This is the key though. When you look at the market cap, you'll see that this company is a $368 billion company, and it used to be an $1,100 stock, but it came all the way back down. So we looking to get this one potentially even lower than it is right now, but we willing to even nibble in ranges that are close to here. Why is this important? Because this is like buying a stock that's $95 that could easily, in a short amount of time, go to $110 when you look at the proportions. So when you understand that, again, let me just break that down for you. Instead of having 10 shares at 95 that all go to 110, it'd be like having one share that's 950 that goes to 1100. So the math checks out when you sit down with it and do it like that. This is why I'm interested in them. When you look at the financials and the technicals, but right now we're going to stick to the financials, what's going on with the company, you can see that it says it's making $7 billion right now per quarter, but they expect to make $9.1 billion in the upcoming quarters. Why is that important? Family, that's a huge revenue bump in a company that is really getting a lot of artificial intelligence semiconductor news coming out about it. And then when you look at their earnings per share all the way on the bottom right, you can see that that's up 9%, 31%, 92%, 71%. Family, they keep knocking it out of the park and beating expectations on what they are earning. So this company has the chance to make money as long as the artificial intelligence boom is staying in full effect. But this is not a stock like your Microsofts. This is not a stock like your NVIDIAs that you don't have to watch. You do have to watch this one so you can see if it's hitting your levels so that you could get in a much better position. Now, this is a $900 stock, but I really would love to get into it in the 600s, the 700s, or the 800s. Now, if I got to buy a little bit in the 900s, I'm willing. If I got to buy a little bit in the 700s, I'm willing, but I will really load up in the 600s for it to boom, pop right back up. This is what's going on with them and why they're starting to pump up. You may have heard some of the news related to it, but let me break it down like nobody else. ASML, they just invested over $1.3 billion into the French AI startup, and they're trying to bolster the European AI ecosystem. And then it says that institution, you know, one of the big dogs on Wall Street, they just upgraded them to a buy, and they raised the price target, and they say that they're confident in the AI demand related to this stock. Another reason that I like this company is because we can see that they're investing the cash that they have, and they have over $8 billion in cash on hand right now that they're waiting to deploy. But I often tell you, you trade with the chart and not with your heart. This one ran up to over $1,100, but the low points, it even came down when Donald Trump had did the tariffs. It came down to like $600. So I say that so you understand the next time that you see some huge market pullback, you got this one on your radar. This is going to be a pivotal one in those times. And then I told y'all, I hit y'all with the big stock. Now I'm gonna hit you with one that's way smaller because I know we need balance in this world. Who don't? And it's Weebull, ticker symbol BULL. Weebull is currently $15 a share. The company is a $7.5 billion company. That company I just told you about, ASML, has more cash on hand than the whole company of Weebull is worth. That's nuts. So what does that mean? Weebull, with more people signing up and trying to learn how to trade and invest, they have the opportunity to go back up to levels that they previously were. And you could look, and that's why I want you to download the Moomoo app. Again, I want to encourage you to do it because I know many of you have downloaded it, but you have not yet put your money on it so you can really operate in your strategies like I'm trying to encourage you to do. But I want to tell you again, this is a calling for you to be in your own corner and do what you need to do. So you can have tools like this. This is saying at the 52-week high all the way on the left, Weebull used to be a $79 stock and it was pumping up even in this year, and it came back down to $9. I like it down there in the $9 to the $11 range currently as we stand. And I'm looking at it, like I said, a $7.5 billion stock with a total amount of shares of 494 million shares. This is why I'm telling you this. Weebull is a company that when they stock run up, they sometimes dilute the shares. So you will see this 494 million shares actually go up to 500 million, for example. But you will never know unless you know where to look at the share count. And this is another tool that Weebull has that I always encourage you to be in the know, be in the information age with the rest of us. And this is how we are able to make more money than a lot of people who don't have the information. But I often tell you, you trade with the charts and not with your heart. Like I told you before on a previous stock, ASML, I'll buy some in the 900s. I really would like to load up in the 600s. That's something I want you to just pay attention to and be mindful of. But that's for it to go back up and past the $1,100 mark. And they may even do a stock split one day, but we'll get to that another time. Let's get back to Weebull and look at the charts. Weebull likes to bounce off of the $11 level. We at 15 now. Those been rolling with me. We've been loading up on shares of these, whether it be 10 shares or 100 shares or even 1,000 shares. We've been loading up on these lower. And now we looking for it to go towards your 17s and if not even back into your 20s for the long haul, for it to go towards your $50 level. But you got to understand, like I said, Weebull is a stock and a company that if they keep diluting the shares, then that would invalidate a lot of the potential that they have because they're trying to do something that they may not necessarily need to do to keep up with apps like Robinhood or even apps like Moomoo. But this is what I like when I look at Weebull. We look at their quarterly earnings and the estimates, and we can see that they estimate that they make $137 million in a quarter. And then that's going to jump to about $143 million in a quarter when they give us their earnings. Weebull just got a few buy ratings, and here's a few of them. They got first one saying that it's going to go to about 19. They got another one saying it's going to go to about 18. And they're doing a lot of global expansion, and they're launching more crypto related assets so that people can pay them through using these apps, the stock apps, the crypto apps, and so on. So this is trying to expand into so much more. So we're going to keep our eye on this one. Another one, I can't leave you without this one, just from yesterday. It's up 4%. And this is Intel. Intel is currently $35. It's ticker symbol INTC. And here are a few facts on it. First of all, the company is a $165 billion company. I could see this being a $200 billion company easily. But right now, if you look at the bottom left, it says the PE is negative 7.14, meaning that this company at this current stage is not profitable right now. So when they turn a profit, this is going to draw in a lot more of Wall Street's interest. So this is why a lot of people are trying to get into this. But I encourage you to look for supports. And if you've been trading on the market, you know, previous resistances become new supports. We're looking at this one at 27. This is where a lot of retail are not going to buy it, but a lot of institutions are going to be looking to load up on it. And they're going to be looking to push it towards your 45s, if not the $50 level, as long as we stay in this bull market that we are currently in. Things can change. That's why you got to make sure that you are locked in with a group of people and you're not out there in the dark trading by yourself, family. That's dangerous. You got to have people who have your best interests at heart, but who are also real knowledgeable, who read books, who study the charts, who do this day in and day out. That's why I encourage you to join KGU. The Dean's List and everything is not fully open for everybody yet, but I'm working on it because I know a lot of y'all actually want to join the team. So I'll let y'all know when I have that ready for you. Now let's get to the last one on the list, and it's Tesla. Ticker symbol TSLA. Tesla is currently $440. Family, I'm gonna show you some of my position right now, but this is what's going on. Tesla just got a $600 price target from Wedbush. Dan Ives, he hiked his price target, and they're saying that they would think it was going to 500. Now they're saying no, it's going to 600, and they're seeing a 42% upside as the optimism of the robo-taxi network continues. This is somebody who is not telling you just YOLO and buy Tesla. I want to show you something to show you that I am who I say I am. And I put money where my mouth is, family, all of the time. And why I tell you, though, I want you out here trading in the dark. I want you trading with people who really putting money in. Back in 2017, I paid about $230,000 for a home, my first home that I bought. But now I could say this, and I know my family be proud to hear it. And I'm up $263,000 or 119% just on my Tesla shares alone. And 18,000 of that happened today, family. 18,000 of it happened today. Family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I don't say this to brag. I say this to show you what's going to happen to you. And I'm speaking that on you, family. I'm speaking that on you. I want to say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. God, I thank you for everything. And family, it's feeling good. I can't wait to see you in KGU. I see you in the next one. Take care.